Hello everyone, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me. So today I am doing a little experiment. My eyes are kind of half finished. We are looking at some more affordable products versus their more expensive counterpart. And seeing, does it really matter if something is more expensive? Doesn't mean it works better. We all know that's not really the case, but I want to have a look at some products in particular. I didn't do anything cheap versus expensive on my eyes because I don't really have anything that's very much affordable apart from the small e.l.f. palettes, and I've done those to death. So on my eyes, I have this Viseart palette. I've had this for ages, the Editorial Brights, which is like this. And then I also have from Ritual Defy, I have this Aura Celestial Sphere Eye Soot, which is like a cream. So it's gonna crease very slightly, but I quite like that look. So let's just get into it. First of all, if this is your first time here, my name's Robert. I'm a professional makeup artist. Here on YouTube, also in real life, it's my goal to help you become a pro yourself, or just someone who's really good at makeup. So if that sounds like something you are interested in, do please consider subscribing. Okay, I will have prices up on the screen for you. As we go, let's start with our foundation. So cheap is going to be on this side, expensive is going to be this side. I'll put it up on the screen throughout just so it's there so you can remember, and so I remember too. So on the cheap side we have, and I'm going to say cheap, but really they're just more affordable. We have the MUA Pro Base. I have been absolutely in love with this foundation recently. I've absolutely loved using it, and I just wanted to give it a little go versus something a little bit more pricey. Because when I use it by itself, beautiful, absolutely love it. I have no clean brushes again. Why do I do this? Oh, I have this. Okay. So what I really like about this one is it's kind of like this very, it is potentially full coverage, but you can just use a tiny bit. We're gonna go full coverage today to get the full benefit off a foundation. I'm gonna try and like half my nose and half, but it just has this really nice, it's kind of like, it's not completely matte, it's not completely shiny, and it sits really, really well on my oily skin. And any foundation that does that is a good foundation in my books, you know? I mean, look, that's just really nice coverage. Really good finish as well. It doesn't smell like anything, which I find with a lot of like more affordable foundations, they tend to smell quite, I hate to use the word, chemically. So on our expensive side, we're going in with NARS Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. Well, I've tried to keep the textures as similar as possible, but there will be some differences. I'm gonna use the same brush, just gonna clean it off a little tiny bit and give this one a go. Okay, so that's really light. I thought it was gonna be really dark for me. That's fine, that's whatever. Straight up, you don't have to use that much of this. Like it's blended across my whole face very quickly and with good coverage with a small amount of product. Like I really haven't used that much. This is still one go. So it's definitely not the kind of foundation you're gonna want to squeeze all over your face. Okay. That was full coverage quite quickly. With the MUA Academy side, I did have to do a few more applications. To be completely honest, I'm looking at both sides and I'm like, you know what, there's not much difference. There's not much difference there. But you know what, my foundations, I kind of have to judge them once they've sat on the skin for a little while. So that's exactly what we will do. Okay, concealer. For the cheap side, we have the Multitasker Concealer from Rimmel London, which is this little hun here. Now I've used this before and been quite impressed with the coverage. So I'm gonna use a tiny little bit under the eyes and then we can finish up my eye makeup as well. So this really does have a full coverage. Like I even feel like this is gonna be too much. You'll see it really spreads far. It spreads a lot. So I would definitely recommend like one little dot and then go on with the rest. Am I putting blue across my whole face? No. Okay, let's fix up. I'm gonna do a little bit more just because I kind of want to see it. I kind of want to see it to know which side I prefer, you know what I mean? But I mean, this is a good concealer, like in general, whether or not it's good compared to the other side eventually. It's a really, really nice concealer to have. So if you do see this and you do want a bit more of a budget-friendly concealer, this is a good one to go for. Okay, on the expensive side, I haven't used this yet. I haven't even cracked it open. This is the Milk Future Fluid All Over Cream Concealer. Never used it. Oh, it has quite a a smell. That's really cold. Like it's a really cold feeling. You know when like something comes with like a metal applicator, it's kind of like that. Oh my god, you do not need that much. This is insane. That's a lot. Oh my goodness me. That's actually a really nice texture. It's very foundation-esque in terms of its texture. Like it feels, yeah, I guess like the name says, more fluid-like. It's blending more like a fluid. Okay, so here's the deal. Foundation, I'm gonna have to say the MUA Academy side wins, the cheap side wins there. I just like the texture a little bit more. It just seems a lot more smoother on the skin. And it still has a bit of a shine to it, but it's not, I wouldn't say it's like over the top radiant or anything like that. In terms of concealer, the expensive side, the Milk, only because it's sitting quite dry under my eye here. If we're being really fussy and comparing the two, the Milk side seems more hydrated and a little bit more like skin in terms of texture. But you know what, I'm looking at myself and it's not that different. Let me finish up under my eyes with a little bit of blue. Hopefully it doesn't get really messy. And then we'll continue with bronzer. Okay, so we are gonna try cream bronzer. Let me get comfortable. I don't know why I'm sitting all the way over here. Listen, there was just a fly in my room and I don't know if you saw it or heard it, but it was doing my head in. Cheap side. We're going back to MUA Academy and we have the bronzed cream bronzer. This is the shade Toffee. I have used this before, really liked it, thought it was a really good time. And it smells good as well. It smells like a little bit coconutty, but not like over the top. I don't really like too heavy coconut smell. I really do like this one. The thing I really liked about these is how it blends in with the foundation. It doesn't look like it's a separate product. It looks like this nice almost ombre into the bronzer. For our expensive side, we have Rose Inc. Now I've never tried this. I tried this brand. This is the cream bronzer in Kawaii? Dyslexia, this one. So it's quite similar in shade compared to the cheap one, and this is this one. Oh, this is gonna be a difficult one. This one looks really nice. Oh, that's gonna be really difficult. Okay, let me take a bit of a close-up look here because that's confusing. Expensive is gonna have to win this side, only because I can see some slight texture where the more affordable side is sitting. Let me give it a little bit of blend in and see if it goes. I'm gonna say expensive this side only because it's very subtly nicer. I don't know. That's difficult. That's a really difficult one. Let's move on to blush. So for our cheap side or affordable side, we have Mina, which is this 212. Which is this nice peachy pink tone. Nice for the summer. Love a bit of Mina. I'm gonna do quite a strong bit of color. Oh, it doesn't smell. I can still smell the coconut on my cheek. I'm gonna wrap this right up here. Keep it summer friendly, why not? Nice, this is a good amount of color just from one tap. Blends really nicely. I love Mina blushes anyway. I love all their products really, let's be real. Nice, okay, nice. Expensive, Pat McGrath Labs. I tried to get a similar shade as we could. This one is perhaps a little bit colder in shade, but it does have a slight shine to it. So that might give us some similarities. Oh, it's actually very similar. You know what, I'm gonna have to say that Mina wins, the cheaper side wins, because there's something about it, whereas when I'm looking at my face, right? The Mina blush, as I move my face, it's almost like the blush moves with it. It's like I said, how it kind of ombres into the skin. It looks a bit more like that, whereas the Pat McGrath Labs one, it just very much is like, here's your blush, and it's like, that could be to do with the base, that could be to do with whatever it's just very obvious. It looks like powder blush, whereas this looks a little bit more like, even if I went a little bit less, this would look a little bit more like it's in with the skin, like it's like this with the skin. Highlighter. So for the more affordable side, we have the e.l.f. Halo Glow highlighter. This is the Champagne Campaign side shade, and I have used this before, so I know I like it. But how does it compare to one of my favorite ones recently, which I'm gonna show you? I see so many mixed reviews when it comes to these wand things from e.l.f. A lot of people love them, and a lot of people weren't so sure. Looking like this, looking nice, looking cute. Other side, we are using Iconic London. Roll Away Glow highlighter. This is Champagne Chic to Champagnes. This is just like, I love, like, look at that already. In texture, it feels smoother and silkier as I go to tap and blend. And it's giving a lot more instant glow, which you can absolutely get from the e.l.f. one. I think you just need to give it a little bit more time. I like them both. I really, really do like them both. However, Iconic London's gonna have to win this one. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. We have one product left. We have a powder to use, but I'm gonna put on some lashes, finish that up, and then we'll test it out. Okay, let's try these powders. So starting with the cheap side, I haven't used this yet and I've had it for ages. This is the Rimmel London Stay Matte Powder. Now this is, I think this is a favorite for a lot of people. If my lashes start coming off, it's because I have a gloss on my lid. I should have put my lashes on first, but I didn't. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people use this and really, really like it. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take a little bit on a brush and just tap it off and just start here. Just go above my highlight and just use it in the areas where I get super oily. So down inside of my nose and in this little, what is this called? I don't know, no, that sounds terrible. Okay. It smells like makeup. You know, when that smell of makeup, you know what I mean. And on our expensive side, from Vive, we have a Modern Powder Perfector in the shade Light. I'm gonna use that in exactly the same place. Straight up, straight away, the Vive one is so much nicer. On the Rimmel one, you can definitely see this. It's difficult. The Vive one, although it isn't translucent, it almost has a translucence to it where you can see my skin a little bit more underneath. Whereas on the Rimmel side, it looks a little bit more like makeup. It looks like powdery makeup. And considering it has kind of less coverage, I believe it's going to have less coverage than that Vive one, it doesn't seem as like that. It looks like it definitely has some kind of coverage going on. Okay, well that felt like kind of a mix of, actually maybe I should tally it. Maybe I'll tally it on the screen of the affordable, the cheap and expensive, kind of being on equal par there. A lot of the pigmented products from the more expensive side were kind of leveling up the same or if not worse than the cheaper side. Am I right? I feel like unless it's a complexion product in terms of concealer, foundation, powder, I don't really feel like it's worth giving that extra money to a brand when actually it's probably not going to be even that much better. To be honest with you, even these Viseart eyeshadows that I use today, which are very expensive, I would have rather used my Beauty Bay palettes or something like that, or one of the small e.l.f. ones. I find blending with them a lot easier and a lot more enjoyable. All right, well, thank you so much for joining me. Let me know if there's any kind of products that you use where you've tried an expensive one and you thought, you know what, this doesn't work as well as my drugstore purchase option. Let me know down below. Thank you so much for joining me. Consider subscribing and I will see you very, very soon. Bye.